Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
A day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. A huge play there right off the bat. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their #1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. First drive for this offense today, and our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use them in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Dalton here from the gun. And running with power here. That is caught inside the 5. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting Like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And Forbath will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
Is it okay if I give him a few props right here? Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a two-time walk-on, who later became a two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. With 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. That is incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go now.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super tough.
And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
He's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 23 yards on the play. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Passing, it's Dalton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the Browns getting set to go. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A gain of 6 there on first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Here's Brad Wing now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 30 yards there. Charles Davis, I don't know how you do it. A great call by you predicting the screen, and a great call by them. They go right to it, 1st down.
Yeah, elementary, my dear Brandon. They saw the same thing that I did, and they didn't have to file it away for very long, did they?
Not at all. Right to it. So 1 quarter in the books here on our first Sunday night telecast of the year. 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this.
The NFL EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
He'll get it up the middle, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns were able to cash in for 6. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And a catch good. It's Eifert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Andy Dalton caught Eifert over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here's Dalton. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And Forbath will put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton to the right side, complete to Escobar. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
So that one a hold
Still second
regard.
down.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And Forbath will put this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and
take over here 1st and 10. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here. 1st down. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. He's going to loft one deep left side here into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
2nd down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Dalton. He drops it on for Bernard. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Dalton. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Andy Dalton now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Another chance for Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will give them a 12-point lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the half. Mayfield trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the Patriots who were able to come away with the victory. The Pats able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. The Saints get off to a hot start as they get the road victory in their opener. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Bucks. In the game you're watching has been the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
Here we go.
And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he finally... So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. This one complete to Coleman. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And now here's Ross. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And Dalton to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Here's Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Dalton on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 51 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 23. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go! Green!
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the 1st. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different... looks like a good boxer does.
And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Now Ross to return. The Bengals getting set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Taking it about the 16. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So a good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Now Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On third down, Mayfield is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete here on third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield here, Dalton. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding, offense.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now Bernard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
No. Check. Patriot.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Bengals grab it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A handoff to Mixon, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Mayfield looks to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
First down, Mayfield. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Pryor has it complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield to throw it this time. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, a 22. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Mayfield to throw it. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting ready to go again, here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Eifert over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pickup of 6 there on first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And it'll be Dalton again. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. As we come up here on 1st and 10. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Kelly on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And it's no good, just short. He gave it a good run, but maybe a foot or two short of the crossbar. So he's not perfect after all. He made his first 4, but now his first miss.
Well, you shouldn't have to put your kicker in a spot where he has to even try 5 field goals. He's bailed him out time and time again, but sooner or later, you just had to know his luck was going to run out.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This remains a 1-point game. The defense did their job. Now the offense here late, they just need to kind of hold on, seal this victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they? Didn't allow any points and got the ball back for their offense in order to close out this game. What a great feeling for both sides of the ball.
It'll be a better feeling if the offense can just seal this thing. We'll see if they can do it.
You trying to say the defense doesn't want to go back out there again?
That's correct.
Okay.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And some room to work. Johnson jostles free. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Mixon with a first down carry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They try the left side with Johnson. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Again, it's Johnson. And some room to maneuver. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing Week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Browns, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the one-point victory here in the opener. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.